Radiant team ban.
Sim, sim, sala B.
Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Yeah, I'm there, dude. We can talk about it. Yeah, I'm still in it. Oh yeah, I'll check this.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Hold on, bye. Bye.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Energy. Here we go. All right, I'm back in the draft now. That was a bit of a fitting start, but regardless, we're underway. Isurus Gaming, though. Let's talk about last game. Pulled out a very nice performance on the back of that Naga Siren played by Pepita. They had a game plan, and they executed nicely, even though they had a bit of a rough start in the laning phase and early go-around. But they held strong, they played patient, and they got the victory. Any thoughts on that?
I thought that they did a job of just dealing.
10 seconds remaining.
Progression kept an Naga Siren alive and ran.
5 seconds remaining.
They got it
And
done.
see if they continue. Now Isurus got themselves.
Reserve time.
Worked really well for them against this Nature's Prophet. And they're do it again.
Radiant team
Both these
pick.
teams,
Oh boy.
but worked or didn't work.
Interesting. House is down. They're like not phased by last game at all. No respect ban for the Death Prophet.
We would have gotten kills, we would have won.
And that was a fluke. That was a warm up.
Fluke.
We can come back
Darn
with
Naga.
better.
Darn Naga Sirens.
Dag
10
Nab,
seconds
Death
remaining.
Prophet, and Naga finding all their farm, being able to bring back and take down our house. Well, I'll tell you what,
5
boy, we're
seconds
gonna
remaining.
Right back hard as ever. We're going to get
Yeah,
our Nature's Prophet once again.
What we need to do, we need to put up a double layer
Radiant team
fence
ban.
across the river. Dire folks can get.
As long as they don't mess with Bessie right there.
Dire
We'll be
team
fine.
ban.
Holding down our fort right now. We'll hold and
Those
bring
dire
back the
people
promise.
don't pay taxes.
Certainly don't. Certainly don't. I don't know what they're doing here, but gotta get him out of my homeland. Anyways, enough of that. I don't know. I'm only feel comfortable doing that because I have you by my side. Otherwise, I don't know what else I would be
Radiant
doing.
team
But
ban.
here we go. We finally get a bit of difference here. We get to see a brewmaster make his way through the initial start. Probably going to be held down in that mid lane, considering going toe-to-toe against a Death Prophet. Reasonable matchup there, but it's more Isurus
seconds
Gaming.
remaining.
Yeah, like you said, they got a good thing going. Why not just get it once again? And you know,
5
I'm really
seconds
curious now.
remaining.
House is down. Had a potential thought there. The Sven grab added that extra bit of burst, extra bit of durability with the
Reserve time.
armor, but not getting it just yet. Doesn't want to go down that road. I really want to know what the answer is going to be for him. But this time they do ban out that Naga, so no more Pepita Naga for you, sir.
Dire
Hell
team
no.
ban.
I'm surprised they even waited until the second phase to ban it. I would have been more scared. I just don't. It's just one of those things that's just so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah,
It's almost like it's just.
10 seconds remaining.
Like you see a lot of teams get beaten by a certain strategy.
5
and then
seconds remaining.
They'll just like turn around and ban it next game, even though if it's not necessarily that good. They just don't have to deal with it.
Reserve time.
Well, this time, don't have to deal with the headache of Naga. They can bring in their own. Try to just bring an answer as far as the heavy push assault Isurus if they want to enhance it more. They're not going to get the privilege of
Dire
grabbing
team
up
pick.
that the Shadow Shaman there, so they might have to look elsewhere. But look at that, the Vengeful ban. Like I said before, Vengeful is like the Achilles heel to your typical Legion Commander get up right there. And they're not going to also have the benefit of a Skywrath Mage to bring the heavy burst to try to take it. But, you know, instead they could venture elsewhere. It's been a while. I'm feeling maybe a Mirana. I want a roaming Mirana. You know, Mirana Shadow Demon, Mirana Bane. It's been a little bit, and I think they can get it done. They like to go early and aggressive.
10 seconds remaining.
Or we could see a Meepo. Who knows? It's fullback Dota, folks.
Fullback.
You need like
5 seconds
surprised at the
remaining.
lack of Meepo this patch. I guess he's less, like, I don't know. I don't know if Meepo kind of fits in this patch or not,
Reserve
but he had
time.
that little streak. And there for about a month, like, if you wanted to pick him as, like, kind of a pocket decision, you could pull it off. We saw Cloud9 have a lot of success with it in TI4 even, but yeah, not seen a whole lot of him lately, unfortunately. I don't think he was touched in 6.82B. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
change.
I don't believe so. I don't think there was much changes there. His big changes already came in the patch prior with that respawn. Early pickup of the second Meepo. We'll see if Isurus Gaming fall back on that.
They fixed the boot bug is what they did. It was basically where if you changed your boots on the first Meepo Prime, they weren't the same slot for the rest of the Meepos. And it was kind of frustrating. They kind of moved around.
All right, so it's to the benefit though of Meepo.
Yeah, it was a very small buff. Like you can like shred switch with all of your Meepos if you're that.
All right. Some of these Meepo players can be that hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see. Isurus are got to be feeling pretty confident after taking
Radiant
one. They
team
might
pick.
be able to be a little more flexible in that right. And here they move on. They grab up their first support, Rubik, who does contribute a bit of that early aggressive roam. Expect the early smoke. Expect the added pressure, and that's what you have to do. If you're going to be going against a Brewmaster in the mid lane, a hero who is just looking to primarily get a hold at level 6 quickly, like your, let's say, like Storm Spirit, you know, you want to be able to try to bring them down a notch as much as possible before they become that much more elusive. So expect Isurus
10
Gaming to
seconds
complement
remaining.
this Rubik with maybe another hero who can roam about. I already said Mirana once. I'll say it
5
again.
seconds
It's one of those
remaining.
heroes that can really add pressure in the mid lane.
You love your Mirana.
I do, my lady.
I think you've either played
Reserve
Victory
time.
or Mirana in like 80% of the matches I've played with you. Your Mirana's pretty good though. Mirana's good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I try to be
You like-
a regular Robin Hood.
You like picking the heroes that drive the other teams crazy.
I just like to have fun, and they're playmakers. Whether it's your Earth Spirit or whether
That's
it's
true.
your Mirana,
That's
they
true.
make plays. They're flashy. They're fun to watch when you land those arrows. You know, the crowd. When I stream, I have an audience of like 15 people who go crazy. You know, so it's like it's like a stadium that gets excited when I do it. But regardless, more or less expect aggressive play. Ooh, an Ancient Apparition
Dire
grab.
team pick.
This is good. This nerfs a lot of that healing potential that maybe your Legion Commander likes to bring in, the sustain they have, but immediate
Radiant
fire
team
back
pick.
of the Spectre. And you know what I like about this is any sort of blink usage heroes like your Brewmaster, they're going to have a rough time initiating when they have the Haunt and they have the Radiance on their side. And also Nature's Prophet is not going to have an easy place to hide in this game.
No, they're kind of going for the kill Prophet strat again. Spectre and Legion Commander, two heroes that can do very well at killing off the Nature's Prophet. Tries to
10
kill
seconds
that
remaining.
on the side of the map.
They like their 4 protect 1 kind of
5
stuff. I mean, I
seconds
say that,
remaining.
but then again, they also always have a Death Prophet there as well to bring the extra push assault. But it's very apparent that Pepita loves
Reserve
to just
time.
hit some creeps, build up a couple of slots of sweet items, and then consider, going for a part of the team impact. But
It's good this match.
No, it is. It's very, very good. That's why we're seeing Alliance also do so well. Loda, any opportunity they get, they'll grab a hold of a Naga, and usually Spectre's also their go-to hero. So, kind of falling down that same kind of path. It was not something you saw in the recent patch. I feel like this past meta was more like team fights. Your Voids, your Tide. I haven't seen Tidehunter in like who knows how long. Your big Ravages and the big jump-in plays and. Death balls, games would end at like 25 minutes, but now it's back to the old, like, tried and true, like, proper execution, building up the farm, getting to your optimal point when you can really bring the pain, and then we go for the jugular. So,
Yeah,
so it
it's
seems to be that's,
Dire team
yeah, I like
back.
that. No, I like that, though. A lot of people don't seem to like when it gets too farm heavy, and it can be a little more, like, not big spectacle, not big flashy kind of a plays, but still, the point is you got to get the win. Doing proper execution, it has a
10
fine
seconds
art of its
remaining.
own. For the houses down, they need to add pressure to the Spectre. They can't allow it to
5
do that,
seconds
which
remaining.
will be a big problem. So they have a Wraith King here. I imagine it's a Wraith King support.
Reserve
Support
time.
in his own right, as long as he doesn't get kited out too much, and with that Viper already banned out,
Radiant
field,
team
doesn't have to
ban.
worry too much about that. Really can contribute, of course, with that stun. The utility of that aura will be able to add to the benefit of his whole team, including like your Nature's Prophet Treants, but more or less expect him to be able to, you know, add that pressure as well to Death Prophet in that mid lane. And then later
10
on,
seconds
even if he
remaining.
gets taken down immediately from Respector, he'll be able to come back and fight another day.
5 seconds
Seen any
remaining.
But Wraith King support for a while.
Yeah, I've seen a
Dire
core
team
Wraith King.
pick.
I want to say Hobostus played it not too long ago.
I also saw
Who else?
there was a Fear Wraith King where he got a refresher. It was back before all of the nerfs to the gold, so it was just I'm gonna get a streak and you're not gonna be able to kill me build. And it worked. It worked really well. It went just kind of 4 protect 1-y, and Fear just got up his refresher orb and just kept killing. He had
10 seconds
refresher,
remaining.
more standard items.
5 seconds remaining.
Hero can take a beating and be able to fight on to
Reserve
another
time.
day. So they're going to have to hopefully round something out. The House is Down is going to need something to contest the late game. I mean, if they're going to be going against the Spectre, they're going to need something to hold its own. Really, it's, you know, rattling your kind of brain is what can really bring a presence, what can really shut down a Spectre, someone who could maybe add a little bit of an AoE impact dealing with the heavy Halt Assault coming their way, but you're going to need to be able to break through. I mean, minus armor synergy
10
is something
seconds
that I would
remaining.
always consider being able to break through if it does get very tanky, but
Radiant
Visage,
team
you don't see
pick.
Visage very often without a Drow being on the
Yeah.
playing field as well.
It's
so.
kind of weird. 2 melee right clickers and a hero that doesn't really right click as your, or you got 2 other range heroes that don't really right click. So, well, I mean, yeah, it's like, I guess that would be more for a Drow than a Visage, but still. Oh, there's the Meepo! And it's not.
House is down. Wow. Hey, what? All right.
All right, we got a Meepo game.
Oh, I mean, obviously, Isurus Gaming are no stranger to the hero, with Fullback being a very prominent Meepo player. We've seen huge comeback plays from him, but now, in the hands of the House is Down, this is going to be funky fresh right now, and I really like it as we move on into game number 2 here. This is the
Prepare
Summit 2,
for
the
battle.
opening day for the America qualifiers right now, and we got the House is down 1 game to Isurus. Isurus looking to clinch the series and move on, and THD looking to fight on. And I'll go ahead and roll through with your introductions on the House is Down, the Brazilian squad here in your mid lane. We got Yuka, he's playing your Brewmaster. Just behind, we got Vestius, he's going to be playing your Meepo. Nearby, I found out, K-pop, it's Jubilee, just like X-Men for the Nature's Prophet.
Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Jubilee's awful.
Oh yeah, the fireworks, like really, what are you
She's
going
like
to do
the
with
worst. She's like the worst X-Man.
She's good once a year, though, on 4th of July, I tell you what. That's we got Guiz playing your Ancient Apparition. We got Liposa is playing your Wraith King. And I'm missing someone, I feel. Am I missing someone? No, I don't
30
think I
seconds
got
to
everyone
battle.
covered. I got distracted with that, the Jubilee comment.
Brewmaster.
Oh, Brewmaster. No, I said Brewmaster already. Oh, well.
Well, then you didn't miss anybody.
Why don't you go ahead and just divert attention elsewhere and introduce these fancy Argentinian kids.
For Isurus, they're going to have fullback, not on the Meepo, which is more of his common hero. It's going to be Visage. He's going to be joined in the supporting tandem by Nadara on the Rubik. They're going to have Spectre up top, funded by Pepita. In the mid lane, there will be a Death Prophet.
The
played
battle
once
begins.
again by DDX. And Legion Commander is going to be
The
Dulce Mania
seeds of
again.
fortune.
Yeah, returning back to those
Trying
heroes.
to- yeah.
Oh,
trying
DD
to
grabbed up
repeat
though.
the success.
He needs level chilling touch here, and he does. He can get some big swings in. Bam! One big hit right there, and LC has to back up his steps back. But yeah, you know, remember DDX punishing early game last time. Went down like, what, 1-4, 1-5 at the start, but eventually just, as I always expect, somehow finds the farm still and brings it back for the team, and really it's all about that exorcism. And quickly she got everything she could ever ask for. And look at this, a dual lane with fullback Visage here, going toe-to-toe with Yuka.
Okay. Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
There's no law against it, I guess.
I think he was just there to like help out a little bit at the beginning. He's gonna go wander top. I think it was more like, let's make sure they're not running some crazy dual lane mid again, which I think would be kind of silly with your Wraith King being your other support. A Wraith King Meepo lane is not exactly the strongest thing.
Nope.
So I think it's smart. He was just there to make sure there wasn't a dual lane. Now he's gonna run top.
So now Vesti is here, getting the solo XP in the lane, trying to get to that level 3, and then can benefit from that secondary Meepo and looking to spread out the farm for himself and that XP. So expect him, as long as he doesn't get too crippled in the early game, he'll quickly escalate as far as farm and net worth. right up the graph. Eventually moving forward, I imagine get your Agnum Scepter, get your Blink Dagger, and really try to isolate anyone you can and deal that heavy burst. And later on, as you get the Boots of Travel, he could be a real good global presence to counterback Spectre and her own global presence. So I'm really interested to see a Meepo and Spectre go toe-to-toe in this game.
It's gonna be. I don't know if I've ever seen this matchup. A Haunt has to go to every Meepo clone, I'm sure, because otherwise it would just be kind of silly. Because you could find it like. Yeah, it would just be silly if you couldn't. So it might be a good way to find out like where the Meepo split pushing out is matching top.
Yeah, they're committing here on Jubilee, and he gets his own fireworks set up as he gets blasted down. His fullback with that Soul Assumption at the end, the El Classic, if you will, the Visage, saving out for the final like Kamehameha right on the backside. And well, first blood going to be drawn, and it goes towards Isurus Gaming, and now it's 2 minutes. It's time for a battle of the runes as the both mid laners go towards the top, and god damn it, Death Prophet quickly denies out that regen, and now they go back towards the bottom where it's going to be THD, but they're not going to go for it. They have a smoke, and maybe they can catch Death Prophet going for said rune, but no, they're not. So they're going to leave it. No, actually someone did take it right at the start. I didn't even notice. It was a bounty rune.
King picked up the bounty.
Okay, very nice. So, well, they're here. They want to get a kill once again here on DDX, like rinse or repeat of last game.
Yeah, this wave is going to push, especially after she spams the script form. If she goes out with this next wave of creeps, they might be able to, but no, they're going to back off.
No, they don't want to overcommit.
Decided that their time is better spent elsewhere. And Legion Commander, if she gets a couple of good overwhelming odds off, like she can like bully this Meepo around a bit, even though he does have 2 Meepos.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see Vestius, a player I have not personally had the experience of casting as a Meepo, as he reps what looks like the no-tail set. I feel like he's a pretty big Meepo advocate with that, and stylish and all. So we'll see how he makes it work. He lives 1 Meepo in the lane.
1,707 successful Earthbinds. I'd say he's, unless he bought that off the market, I'd say he's played a lot of Meepo.
Oh, very nice. Full. Yeah. All right. Wow, 1,700. You're right. All right. So this boy can Meepo, and I'm going to be expecting the best out of him as he looks to bring it back here for THG. They're going to need a win here if they want to try to stay alive in Summit 2 qualifiers as Yuka returns back to his mid lane. He's 17-2, contesting against Death Prophets 20-6, so a favorable time right now for DDX. Definitely not swaying it out like he was last time, so happy to see that. This Brew not favoring too much of the early Drunken Haze, as it's going to be more easy for Death Prophet to just get the Crypt Swarms off to get those last hits in, so not too worried. But he's at level 4, and I'd have to imagine Isurus would love to be able to take him down before he gets that primal split. But here we go, it's 4 minutes, and once again, they're both going towards the top, but they have the benefit of Rubik right there. Telekinesis up, there's your haste, so they're going to look to commit. They might, and he's desperately playing on a TP. Yeah, that's a smart play because
that's a smart decision.
Yeah, it would have been a quick run and right-click down otherwise. So that puts him all the way back to the base, though, and he's going to have to take the long walk of shame all the way back to that mid lane. So he misses out on a bit of farm, and Death Prophet will take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I like these the extra runes. Every 2 minutes, you can at least guarantee there's going to be action at least at some spot. So it keeps the early game nice and exciting when otherwise it might be a bit of a farm fest. So
yeah, but we won't see that same Naga style kind of farm fest.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kapita's going to need to build up that farm, but he's in a tri-lane this go around, and they love to go extra aggressive here. Yeah. He's level 4. He wants to be level 5, but
you still don't see a Spectre engaged. Like the Spectre will go after the kill if they know they're going to get the kill, but at the end of the day, it's still basically on the supports to make that kill happen. So Spectre's probably one of the worst laning cores in the game. She's only got 1 nuke, and it costs an insane amount of mana, and it doesn't really do much damage, and it doesn't really benefit her that much. Like the movement speed's nice, but it's not that great in lane. So she doesn't really have much lane presence at all. So if anything really happens, it's on the back of the supports.
For the second time, THG were trying to find an opportunity to take down that Death Prophet, and there's just no window. So they have to pull back once again, and they can't get it down. So this is allowing Death Prophet even more. 34-7 for her going against Bruce 25. So she's off to a phenomenal start. The better start she gets makes things even easier. Brew is about halfway towards his level 6.
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have arms to defend itself.
7,
what a brave tower.
How much significant charge he'll need help here. Top lane, there's your... It's going to be a taken rune, and it's Illusion grabbed up by Rubik using that telekinesis. That's a fun little thing that the support can do to get control of that rune.
Vestius is putting in the legwork. He's stacking his own camps. He even, which is honestly not the best thing for him because he actually missed this he tried to stack this camp and missed it because he just pulled it too late because his micro is a bit slow. So he's putting in the legwork. The supports are in lane, getting a little bit of CS, getting a little levels, and he's stacking his own camps and farming them up.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I mean, they leave Wraith King in the lane to get that XP so he can get to level 6 quicker. And maybe if you could also use that ceiling Wraith King has to also be a core later in the game, that's nice. AA needs XP because you need to get that Ice Blast very quickly, but he also, yeah, it would be nice if he was there to benefit from building in those extra sticks, allowing Meepo to come online much sooner, but that's not going to be the case this go-around. Gets scouted out from that Rubik Illusion. Still, now it's Brew has his level 6 here. No mana to use that Primal Split, but it's going to be a lot trickier if they want to bring him down, as he might consider either picking up Arcanes here momentarily. He's about 50 gold off, or he could save up and go right for the Blink Dagger.
That is very true, and Pepita's doing a pretty good job up top. Looking at the last hits, we see the Death Bomb is actually winning with 46 versus the Panda's 35. Pepita's second place, 41 last hits, and the Meepo's doing pretty well, 32 last hits. Some of these have been some of the jungle creeps, and he's been trading out with the Wraith King, which they've allowed to get 31 CS. So this is a very interesting thing from THD. I've never seen this quick of a translation of your Wraith King to like farming up, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like you only have one support pretty much on your team. It'll be a very selfless ancient apparition if that's the case. But
he's even building a Midas. He's got the recipe in his inventory.
Wow,
so this is very greedy from THD. Their Meepo is now focusing almost exclusively on stacking camps and jungling, and the Wraith King's farming up.
Almost like pub style, when you don't really have anyone on your team who wants to play support. And you're stuck with the one guy who's like, okay, I guess I'm just the ward bitch and I'll have no money ever. Thanks, guys. But he's trying to make something happen. They tried for a few rotations towards the mid lane, but there was just never a chance to make something go. And for now, he's going to pull back this bottom lane, keep the creeps by the tower for this Wraith King to go. As Wraith King, you know, not going to be the best target.
Midas.
Yeah, he got Midas, and you know, LC is like, well, I can never duel this Wraith King ever. Because even if I would imagine, you know, not that I've seen it very often, even if you win the duel and Wraith King falls with the Reincarnate, you're not going to get any sort of bonus damage, right?
Well, I mean, you get bonus damage from the Aegis. If you kill someone when they have the Aegis, you get the bonus damage. You still technically win the duel.
Okay, well, interesting. Well, that's something
I don't
we'll
know
keep
if
an
it's
eye
the same
out
for
for.
Reincarnate. I'll double check that.
Well, viewers will know, and they'll be like, why didn't you know, K-pop? Why didn't you know, Coddle Guy? We all knew. Everyone knew.
I think I played one game of Legion Commander.
It's just one of those things, you know, we don't get the opportunity to cast her very often. She just got introduced into Captain's mode, so seeing these kind of interactions, especially in the hands of pro players, is just something we're all going to be getting used to.
Yeah, it works for Reincarnation as well. So if Legion Commander kills the Wraith King and he still comes back with Reincarnate, the Legion Commander will still get the bonus damage.
Well, good to know, but it's not like Wraith King still, even that first life, is an easy cookie to crack.
Yeah,
he's got
it's not worth going down for, and he's also got he's got the lifesteal and the crit, so and passives don't get disabled anymore. So it's pretty hard to duel a Wraith King and come out on top.
So Meepo's got a fair amount of farm here, 2.3k. I imagine he's just going to go.
He just transitioned into a jungler, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he's not being contested. No Isurus roaming squad, really moving about. I mean, Rubik's here to aid and help out with the rune situation. Visage made a brief appearance mid lane, but fullback's also doing his own thing. Maybe he's finding a bit of side farm, trying to get a hold of his own Agnes personally early on, or maybe a medallion there in case they want to go for an early Roche. But here we go. We got Legion Commander now level 6. Would love to start building in some bonus damage with that duel, but it's going to be tricky if they want to try to go for a Brew. But Brew is already out of that mid lane and does use a smoke here, actually. And it is going to be an immediate move towards the Blink Dagger. We'll see if he can catch anyone out. It could be on the mid lane.
The Radiant should really do something.
Jubilee moving in with that stuff. DD going to be popped here on DDX, but the Primal Split, and not going to be quick enough with that Earthbind, as it is Death Prophet who quickly escapes with that TP, and no Cyclone as well there. So she just
Dire's middle tower is under attack. It has no arms to defend itself.
DDX doing a better job of not dying this game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The black and white of it, I guess you could say. Sucking less. There you go. No. Who am I to
It
say?
wasn't even as much as like DDX sucking. It was just like
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
I feel sad
really
for
hard
fortification in place.
It was either be aggressive and try to still get some farm and die a lot, or just like stay back behind your tower
Radiant's
and not
top
die
tower
anymore.
is under attack.
So DDX is
About
having to
time.
make the tough decision of staying aggressive Dying a lot.
Hasted Rune, LC moving forward. Jubilee ready to go in fisticuffs, but not going to win that one. And the first duel victory for the LC inherits an extra bit of 10 bonus damage. Nice grab right there, but mid lane, it's Meepo here, already well below quarter life, and in the back of that, LC makes a second debut into a fight. Crypt Swarm and a double kill for Pepita. Oh, this is a fantastic start for Isurus Gaming right now, and for THD, they're really banking on some serious farm here in the bottom, I suppose.
That's not good for the Radiant.
This is going to be rough stuff right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower, run.
Exorcism going to be popped, and now they're going to move all
Radiant's
this momentum
middle tower
into
is
their
under
first
attack.
objective.
That's
This,
not Radiant structures are fortified.
Tier 1 tower, they've
That
already
means
taken
you
the
can't
top
hurt them
one.
right now.
And this is going to be a second grab. This is going to move their net worth in their favor quite dramatically. Only 12 minutes in. Rotations in. Wraith King moves forward. Fullback gets actually blasted down, and THD get themselves on the board with that. Quick grab, and oh man, very low Brewmaster. Gotta be careful. No primal split to get away from this
is
one.
going for it. No, smart.
Quickly bottles up. Oh, Wraith King. What the heck? Overcommitted and did not have the mana for his ultimate, so he just goes down, and Meepo now gets cut out of the duel. Oh no! Now a big extra set of bonus damage coming out for your Legion Commander. This is not the situation you want. Yeah, no DDX though. Maybe they get redemption, but oh, here comes the bird. Oh,
And the heal
Tower is under attack. Oh, that's got to hurt.
wow. Isurus Gaming really pulling out a very, very strong start. And they're not done yet. Bottom lane, they're looking to go on a generation. One more auto attack, and they get it. Oh, man. Woo. Everything handed to him on a silver platter this game at the start. 7-1. Fantastic start from them.
Yeah, that was rough. I'm guessing that Leposa was just
Radiant's middle
not
tower is
expecting
under
the
attack.
damage coming out from Death Prophet because he still had his treads on strength treads instead of the int treads, so he wasn't able to get that into the reincarnate up, and it just kind of snowballed from there. The Meepo had overextended, expecting to get a kill onto DDX as well. Wasn't able to get that happen. Nature's Prophet overextended, trying to also get a kill on the Death Prophet, and fell for it as well. So Isurus doing a good job.
It was this time last game that DDX was lucky to complete out his phase boost, but now he's got phase boost.
Yeah.
He's got Yules and nearly 500 gold.
It just seems to me that THD just tries a bit too hard to get these kills when they leave themselves open to really
Radiant's
easy
middle
counter
tower has been denied.
situations.
May they hide their
They've been
faces.
having an issue dealing with
In big trouble. Committed a lot for a ward. No tower to back up on. Easily taken down. All it takes is one dagger, one Crypt Swarm, a Yules to hold him in place, and the secondary Crypt Swarm to follow, and that support falls real quickly. And now pushing ahead. 8-1 top
tower is doing its
Gonna engage up
best,
fullback.
but it
That's their
doesn't
best
look
target if they want to get a takedown inside of Isurus for now, and they get it done. It's Jubilee who picks it up with that Wrath of Nature, and now looking to fire back. It's DDX. Moving on through here. Pepita also in the neighborhood. This brew is going to have to find a way to get out of here. And nope, no more mana
Duel
now.
is off cooldown too.
Yep.
So nice
Here we
duel
go.
here, yep. That's 10 more bonus damage.
Plus 30 bonus damage at about 15 minutes in is a really nice start.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little
THD,
bottom.
they're
Dire's
gonna be
structures are
banking a lot,
fortified.
trying to come back
That's what
here.
that wispy
Meepo,
glow around the
now
tower
2K,
means.
still haven't invested in a whole lot. Has power treads now complete. Wraith King made the misplay there with his mana. Actually manages to bully out that TP, and now looking to
By
make
the
it go
gods,
Pepita. This
the
would be a nice
Dire's
pickup.
bottom
Can't get
tower
it, but
doesn't even have
can't
arms
get
to
the
defend
transfer,
itself.
really body
What
blow.
a brave
Steps back,
tower.
and they
Dire's
do get the
bottom
tower taken
has
down.
fallen.
It's a Vesti on Meepo who managed to get the last
Dire's
hit.
middle
So
tower is all alone in the
promising
world.
takedown there for
Radiant's
THC.
top
They'll take
tower
all they
is
can get
under
mid lane.
attack. About time.
Just as I get there at the last nick of time, they quickly take down the AA once again, really punishing the very selfless only support on the side of THC.
Duel is now off cooldown.
Get
They're
it,
going to get
baby.
another duel here. Oh, wow.
It's time to duel, as Yu-Gi-Oh would say.
It's time to
Picks up another sweet one.
With all of these duels too, it's actually working out really well because they really want the Spectre of the Death Prophet to be getting like the credit for these kills, I feel. And the Legion Commanders 0, 0, and 6. None of these duel victories have actually been her landing the killing blow. They've always been, as a group, able to burst down the duel target. So making the most out of the hero's abilities and using them to the best of their abilities, basically. Always being there and around and letting the cores get the kill and letting the Legion Commander get the damage.
Yep, and with that aid of the Blink Dagger, it's going to set things up even easier. Now they're looking to rotate
Yeah,
on the
it's
top
gonna be
lane.
These poor
Radiant's
ancient
bottom tower
apparitions.
has seen better
And this
days.
nature's prophet, even if they're going to get now, Jubilee's going to go away.
Yeah, gets out
But
really
Jubilee
quick.
thought he had a bad game at the the past 25-minute mark of the last game, getting caught out trying to split push by the Sigma. Even worse.
You gotta get DDX here. They do. They cyclone her up. They puts her down with that Sprout after he had left that top lane. Jubilee gets in the action there on the bottom. So a small promising swing there to take down the prize Death Prophet, but they're gonna need a lot more than that if they want to try to bring it back into here. This game gets ready to approach the mid-game mark. Leading out the net worth, it is your Death Prophet and your Spectre as the number 1 and number 2. Elsie trying to get away from the rotations to come. Jubilee gets her out with the Sprout right now. You know, Blink Dagger obviously going to be down. They might be able to get it. So back-to-back kills here for THD.
All right.
They'll take what they can get. That definitely helps out. The graph I was going to
Dire's
check out
bottom
previously
tower
was
is under attack.
as desperate as Isurus had nearly a 5k gold lead at one point. This brings it about to half now, 2,500.
By the gods,
that,
the
let's see if
Dire's
they
bottom
manage to
tower
inherit a
doesn't
lot
even
more
have
items.
arms to
Blink
defend
Dagger now going
itself.
to be picked up
What
on
a
their
brave
Meepo. That will
tower.
certainly help out. Your AA is now level 6, so Ice Blast going to be to their benefit. Wraith King after Midas holds about 2,500 gold. Would love to have a lot more than that, but your Brew also with that Blink Dagger looking to put in the work has now 1,400 gold. So this does help out THD a little bit.
Yeah, THD is a little more future-proof, I guess, because they've put form on 4 different heroes. But I don't know. I feel like if you have a Meepo, you kind of have to go all in with that dude. You can't try to share form amongst 3 other heroes also with the Meepo because he's like the Blink Dagger's up on him now, but he's 4th on the list in last hits and 6th in terms of net worth. He's the 4th highest net worth hero for THD. That's normally what how we see out of him.
No, certainly not. I might have jinxed him. You can expect him to be at the top, but yeah, he's quite low right now. But I know you're saying how future-proof they might be, but they easily move through, get into the ridge, uncontested, and also during this whole time, Pepita's been farming up. He's got his Radiance here momentarily. That's going to make things very, very scary. Simple right-click, come in, burn is going to prevent any sort of initiation factor. And there's your duel on Wraith King. He'll get the bonus damage like we talked about if this duel does end, and he does get the bonus damage. So there's the proof is in the pudding, but he comes back for his secondary life. Rubik is Great Fire Blast. He should be able to dish it out here. They're going to be popped, however, and they run back and take down that Rubik. And look at the Ice Blast. This could be crippling. Fullback falls. Elsie going to be very low, but it's only
Dire's
level 1
middle
Ice Blast, so
tower
he
is
should
all
be able to
over
live.
in the world.
And it
Being
looks like
attacked.
THD would love to pick up a couple more on the way out. And
Yeah, she can even pop this Legion Rune and turn back around to fight if she wants to.
oh, they get the Wraith King down. The second life expired on that one. Puts them ahead 12 and 7. Still persistent Yuka moving on forward with not much mana to work with. Might not be the best bet. We are going to get a bit of a pause as Pepita does disconnect while he was farmed out. Actually, he actually got taken down in the top lane.
Meepo got taken down by the Meepo. Yeah, Meepo took down the Spectre up there solo. And Spectre had just finished farming up the Relic and was not far from the Radiance at all. So a relatively good time to pick off by Vestius. I think Spectre's still really, really close to the Radiance, though. Just a couple hundred gold away.
Might have even had it. I thought the last time I checked in, which was a couple of minutes ago, she was near like 1,200 gold. So
yeah, she's got 1,000, so she's pretty close. Surprised she didn't just go ahead and buy the recipe, but I guess she was dealing with the Meepo.
well, I mean, or she was disconnected, and Meepo might or might not have took advantage of that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't looking. We were
possible.
busy with the tift on bottom lane, but if an AFK Spectre was there, it would have been an easy takedown.
It's hard to know if they're actually DC.
We'll see that she does come back, and she didn't even use Haunt for that. So I would slightly wager she was not in the game.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but they still have a hefty lead.
I don't blame THD. I don't blame Vestius for going in for the kill, though.
How do they know, right? So
Exactly.
they move in, they capitalize on it, and that puts Meepo with a lot of extra gold here. 2,400 after getting this Blink Dagger. I would imagine next time on the docket it's going to be that Agnum Scepter, allowing him to build in that extra friend. A friend in need is something Meepo is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, a little bit extra pressure here is. It looks like Exorcism is not going to be available for about another 30 seconds, and we are going to get another pause, just as we thought we were going to get the momentum going. It looks like we do need an extra moment here for the side of THD, as there's a bit of lag.
Yeah, hopefully this gets resolved pretty quick. There's an interesting question about how duel works on Meepo if he wins. Only the Meepo that wins the duel gets the bonus damage, but that Meepo will keep the bonus damage.
So you could eventually have a one swole Meepo.
one super swole Meepo, yeah.
Given if you get lucky enough to win the duel with that said meepo over and over again. That is interesting. It's something we don't see very often.
It's like you're one swole marine in StarCraft because they don't actually gain any benefits, but if they get a lot of kills, it tracks it.
Yeah. Put a stem pack
So
on
you can
top
have
of
like
that.
one marine that's taken down like 60 Zerglings. It's like I've seen some shit. It's just been sticking around.
So we'll reconnect here for Nature's Prophet to get back in. Hopefully the game gets underway. And reminder, folks, if you did want to watch Inside Dota TV, we are live right now, and you can do that by purchasing the Summit 2 ticket, which is in the stores. $9.99 will get you that ticket, and it would also get you the opportunity to adopt a very cute and precious Husky Courier, which I have to say was very well made, indeed. And a guy who is an advocate of the Bearsky Courier for Canada Cup, that one's right there on par. So. Cute and cuddly as always. Here we go, game back and underway as there could be a bit of a pincer here. No, it's going to be THD who just kind of holds strong this bottom lane. Don't want to allow for the easy tier 1 handover. Reminder, in this patch, you got to make sure you're using those glyphs in all tier 1s, regardless, as you will get it refreshed back, and it's just a habit that these teams and players need to really practice. And I can tell you, Brian, it almost seems like nearly 50% of the time teams forget to pull out that glyph on tier 1. And
Glyph it or ticket, man.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that saying. It's, we'll see. More pressure elsewhere. Meepo looking to farm up in this mid lane. Got 1K. Did he pick up the first? Yep, he did. He actually has 2 components already of that Agnum Scepter. And a comeback Meepo is a reality here for THD if they can manage to pull this one back. And they need it. They want to live on for a game number 3.
You got to start Meepo about 5 minutes ago, I think, after that big fight. He's able to work his way up in Outward Stark since then. So yeah, it's a real issue for Isurus here if they don't keep their momentum going, having to deal with 4 relatively farmed heroes from THD. The Wraith King is actually their most farmed hero now.
See, they pop a sentry, see him, but wow, the quick reaction blink from LC gets her away. That could have gone real hairy right there. That wasn't
even. Oh yeah, that was a double tap blink. Never mind. Oh no, it was straight north.
That's impressive. And it was far enough that I couldn't even see him on my screen. Just to show a quick reaction.
Nature's Prophet is going in. Dulce.
Oh, might be in trouble.
He doesn't really have any friends here.
Orchid, usually Ice Blast to follow, but the TP allows him to get out. Brewmaster was not as engaged as the others in that fight, and maybe a early primal split with the Cyclone would have helped him out there, but not going to be the case as they take what they can, they shuffle back, and they'll use this extra momentum to try to push down this top lane and get a hold of a tier 1. As they've only taken 1 tower thus far. They would love to bring in that extra bit of gold. And, well, look at this. I mean, THG are crawling back into this one. This has got to be due to Meepo inheriting all that extra gold and XP. It's getting much closer to back even in this game as far as both XP and gold are concerned.
I would agree there. On bottom, Nadar is just chilling. Just killing some creeps.
Chilling like a
hanging
villain.
out on this, like, he's doing pretty well for Sports Guys Arcane Boots and 2,200 gold. He'll have his Blink Dagger shortly. I'm assuming that's what he'll be going for.
Uh-oh. Top lane.
Action.
Yeah.
The top lane.
Oh, that's an easy takedown right there. And Meepo, the one reaping the benefits, but just like that, throwback as MP is the fall. And it is Rubik who managed to pick up the kill, and they're still on the hunt. There's your urn. Gonna fly out, but the poof is gonna quickly get Meepo out of that sticky situation. And even the committed haunt right there. Yeah, he's doing a nice job with the micro work here on this Meepo.
Yeah. He's showing us that it's pretty good.
He's got his Agnums too.
And yeah. Okay, so he's catching up pretty well. They threw him into the jungle, and he kind of had a slower start than most Meepos that we normally see when they're able to just stay in lane. But it worked out pretty well for him.
Certainly did. And touching base with other heroes who love to get their Agnums. This has got his point booster already grabbed up, and now he's about to eat a stick to the mouth right here. Can they get it up? Poof, poof. Earthbind. There's another kill on your Meepo. Bestius creeping back into this game on your unorthodox Meepo pickup here. Working pretty nice for THD. They have to be cautious about this one, and they move on back. LC was in the neighborhood, but obviously not committed.
Another fun little interaction. You've got Ancient Apparition with these Meepos.
Oh, yeah.
Letting all the individual Meepos get that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That's
attack.
big.
I feel sad for them.
Real big. I like that a lot. And it's big bonus damage as he's not chosen to max it out this early on. Only got 3 levels in it, going with the 2 in Ice Vortex and 1 in Cold Feet. Ice Blast would definitely love to level that up a little bit further. But look at that, nice little
Dire's
pickup.
middle tower is under attack.
Maelstrom.
It has no
Not
arms
on
to
his
defend
person
itself.
yet, but it is en route as he shuffles back away from this Pepita. Pepita, with that Radiance grab, nothing picked up since then, but near 1,500 gold. We could see a durability pickup, maybe something like your heart, or could go with the Diffusal Blade. Diffusal Blade against a Wraith King could work pretty nicely.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's pretty good. Always hate having to deal with mana burn when I play Wraith King. Always just do terribly. I never trip switch in time. I end up having to buy a Soul Ring like 20 minutes from the game, and I hate it.
Swift Blink.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Remember,
Oh,
DDX also
that's got to
pretty
hurt.
swole in her own right. The heart has been complete, already 1k gold. So as she continues to push on through, she's about to have her level 16. So that's going to be a level 3 exorcism in the near future, and they can try to bring forward some heavy push assault, because I don't know how much they want to gamble in the late game. You know, it's not very often we get to see a Meepo and a Spectre go toe-to-toe, but also stacking on top
Dire's
of
top
that
tower
Wraith
is
King
under
and a
attack.
Nature's Prophet, who already has an Orchid complete and nearly 2.2k. Late game can get a bit finicky here for Isurus. Here we go. We get to see Meepo and Spectre go toe-to-toe here, and they can dual Earthbinds here, but they're awfully low, and well, they don't win that engagement. LC moves on in, silenced up, and has duel. Can he get it off? He does. Last second.
Oh,
and
he does.
that
Fortified
bit of
structures.
damage. 68 now stacked
Dire's
up
middle
for
tower
him.
is under attack.
TP going to be picked
It
up
has
there
no
from
arms to
Rubik as well.
Dire's middle
Dara
tower
grabs
has
that
fallen.
one, and
Timber.
that's a 2-for-0 exchange. Isurus, just as I question how the late game potential is going to be for them, they capitalize on that fight and come out on top.
And we saw that the dispersion damage is pretty strong against the Meepos. That pure damage eats through that extra just doesn't care about the extra magic resist that a Meepo normally has. So having them all up and, you know, wailing on the Spectre is a pretty good way to have them drop down pretty fast on top of the Radiance Burn. They actually melted.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The
That's
W
not
from
gonna
Legion
hold.
Commander, which I can never
Radiant
remember.
structures are fortified.
Press
Don't
the
waste
attack.
time hitting
There
them.
we go.
Plus,
Just enough.
die attack is, DDX using that new level 3, trying to take down that tier 3. Sees Meepo coming in, quickly has to pull back, doesn't have the opportunity to really put in as much damage as she would like, so this might be a exorcism gone to no avail here. Maybe instead might use it for a little bit of extra farm. Bounty Rune going to be picked up on bottom.
Use the light.
Certifying, they quickly burst him down. And Rubik actually takes down that Meepo, but they're going to trade back supports here. And Brew would love to get both of them. He throws the rock on one, the Cyclone on another. Finishes out fullback, now steps back. It's like, I'm going to finish you as well, buddy. Slams it down and takes it home. What a player. From the Brew, taking down both supports in exchange for the Meepo fall.
Radiant structures have been
First
fortified.
attention though on the bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under siege.
Oh, Ice Blast and TP rotation in. There's going to be Wraith King immediately silenced up.
Dire's top
Does have
tower is
Reincarnate.
under attack.
Swift TP.
It's probably nothing to
There it is.
worry about.
He'd actually had
Dire
Great Fire
has
Blast, but I guess
fortified
didn't
its
quite see it in
structures.
time, and it would have been maybe a slightly slow projectile. Would have been iffy there.
Like I said, it's
Dire's
been
top
after
tower
the
has been
early games
down.
that saw Isurus do so well, it's kind of evened out a bit. THD's been able to get some return kills, same for Isurus. So I think it's just about anybody's game. I think Isurus still probably have a slight advantage with their Spectre Death Prophet combo, but THD, if the game goes long enough, I think they'll do pretty well. They have 4 heroes to benefit relatively well from farm, and if Ancient Apparition can actually get out of Magnet Scepter, which he has started on with that Ochre Clutch, could get pretty scary.
It's going to be a long while. Also, ideally, would love to get level 11, but anytime he's trying to farm on his own, it seems like Isurus just know, and they want to quickly run. You can't afford to be getting takedowns so much and handing over those kind of kills, especially if it's an LC and you're handing over all that damage. It's making it more risky for him to try to find anything on his own. So, yeah, he's very crippled in this one. 2.6k as far as net worth is.
DDX is going to miss the rush. He went into the rush pit, missed the spawn by about 20 seconds. It's going to pop up at about 5 now. They were considering the quick snatch. They might check it again.
They will.
And now he'll see it.
Yep. Hey guys, Roach is here. Let's do it.
With level 3 next time.
Envisage with the downing as well. This is gonna melt like butter.
It's gonna melt. Yep. Like butter.
Like butter. Move on here. Rubik's like, hey, I want to get in this party. This is gonna be easy. They get it done even at DD. There was just no chance of that Roche to even stand. Age is gonna be picked up into Death Prophet's pocket. And
those are unsure working conditions, man.
Yeah, it's like Roach is like, I don't know, what the hell is this? How am I supposed to fight these guys?
This isn't even fair.
And now my apartment's as tiny as ever.
Not even sporting. It's like deer hunting with a assault rifle. It's just not fair.
And they go back to the separation of farm here, banking on the fact that Pepita will still be able to bring the pain here. He's got his Reaver. He's looking to build up that extra durability and get that heart. So no defusal for him, at least not at the point. But still would love to be able to dish out as much damage as possible. And with that radiance and with that dispersion, having the extra tankiness will allow those to really deal out as much optimal damage as you can ask for. So Isurus are happy with their game right now. And well, for THD, you know, it still could be a bit questionable. Meepo is always one of those rambunctious kind of heroes that you really don't know what to expect. But he's got his Agnums, he's got his Blink, now has the Boots of Travel. Be a lot more global, but elsewhere in the world, it's Nature's Prophet who quickly catches out and takes down the support Rubik on the bottom lane.
This is the game of let's have action going on and multiple. Everyone's split up.
Oh, it's fullback who gets caught out on the opposite side of the world. It's an Earthbind, easy takedown there from Nevo. An unnecessary feed over from fullback, just kind of being out in the zone. I don't know if he's trying to farm up a bit more and complete that Agnums, but that's a bit of a greedy play by his part by being out past his leash and away from his team.
I think another thing that's big for Isurus coming up, Legion Commander is going to get her first real big DPS item in the Assault Cruise coming her way. And with 82 bonus damage, this Assault Cruise is going to make her hit very hard.
Not just her first hit hard, but it's also going to help sieging those towers. Oh man! Yeah, he quickly shows up the assassin going to town here on Pepita. Pepita's forced to pull out the Haunt, puts attention on the AA. Quickly takes it down. A duel flies out. 3 quickly fall right now. Isurus counter back and make it look like they just sweep on through. Death Prophet with the Exorcism and the Legion Commander able to pincer down and pick up that extra bit of damage. It was no contest for them as now they fully on forward. And this add for a perfect segue into this tier 2 tower on that Exorcism. It falls quickly. They might even consider pressuring forward and maybe baiting out a buyback from this Nature's Prophet as they reach high ground here and go right for the tier 3.
We've got a couple of seconds of Exorcism to do some work. And looks like they're going to be able to take it down. Arcosa tries to go in.
These guys reincarnate, so if he can slow, that would be ideal, especially with Blade Mail, but no. Look how low tier 3 is, though.
It is in the die range, you don't want to knock her down.
So that completes Death Prophet's Shivas, adding more tankiness to this fiend that we've come to know and love in most of the drafts here in 6.82. Oh man, quickly appears in the bottom lane at the back end of a Nature's Prophet TP, and that's what makes it so hard to catch off these kind of kills. Yeah, because all you need really is a Nature's Prophet to pop in. He could just pull out a tree on, and next thing you know, Meepo can just move to travel in and get a quick proof session off, which he gets caught out quickly. LC now picking up more and more damage. Wow.
Every time this Meepo gets dueled, anytime one of the Meepos gets dueled, they fall so fast. Because the secondary Meepos just don't have enough armor.
Well, what doesn't help with that is, I'm sure that, that must be the other team. Oh, Medallion, I guess.
It's the AC.
Yeah, it's the
and
AC.
the AC on Legion Commander as well.
That picked up.
With the plus damage, 114 now.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
AA didn't really stand a chance. He's as good as the ice cubes you can throw in your drink as he just gets quickly taken apart.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
It's pretty much Isurus' game. They still want more. They go top lane. Wraith King's there. He still has his ultimate, so he's not going to fight it out as long as possible. But
now duels up.
Yeah, duels up. Free extra damage for them as they take him down with ease. The extra minus armor, the Assault Curios, and his Majesty takes his own knee and quickly gets taken down. And Nature's Prophet as well falls. It's what looked like an opportunity for THD to come back on the back of a Meepo and Wraith King, and all these courses popping up. It's not looking good. Isurus now move on through. That Death Prophet once again proving to be a big problem. They didn't want to give it the respect ban. This Legion commander even putting more work in this game than she did the previous game. You know, for THD, they wagered on trying to go with this unorthodox and Meepo kind of a lineup, but it's not proven to work out. This could be a
Radiant's middle tower has been destroyed.
I think it most likely will be.
Radiant's middle barracks is being
on cooldown,
attacked.
but he's working his way mid.
Radiant
so
has fortified its structures.
I'm pretty confident Isurus' ability to win it.
SGS is there, but really doesn't know who to make the jump on because they just are forced to watch their racks fall. But now Druid comes up bare necessities, looking fully on through, so you can get a hold of DDX while other Meepos turn their attention on Peta. But just like that, Meepo getting blocked down significantly. That Shivas renders it rather useless. Jump forward duel, Jubilee down. Even additional bonus Shiv double kill. This LC is out of control right now as he cleans house. Buyback from Nature's Prophet, and for THD, this is looking like the beginning of the end of their Summit 2 life right here in the qualifier stage of just round number 1, day number 1. And Isurus.
Overwhelming odds did so much damage to those those little Meepo minions. Oh my gosh, they're just all stacked up together with 5 or 6 creeps. And just throw down the overwhelming odds on the top of it. It just does so much damage.
It's a fun little niche counter back to a Meepo grab is that LC. And remind, they picked Meepo into the LC in this game. Oh, Jubilee stuck in the corner. Oh, Lord mercy. Nope. The Tree God, send me your energy. Nope. Picked up, thrown down.
Spirit of the Force Balls.
Rough stuff here.
Watching Princess Mononoke. I'm glad you've watched Princess Mononoke. Andrew still hasn't seen like any Studio Ghibli movies, and I'm like made him watch one.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
He doesn't want to watch any of that stuff. Well, moving on through it, looks like Isurus are considering going for their final blow here, at least. Adding an additional big 1-2 punch as they'd already wiped out the mid lane. Would love to get a hold of this top
Radiant's top tower
Exorcism in about 10 more seconds will make that a lot easier. Spectre well farmed here. Yasha on hand, 2k gold. There really isn't an answer for him. Really for THD, I don't know what the next game is.
Jose just went for a spill, a little stroll in the jungle.
Put my attention there for a moment. These guys on the house more or less a lot of the same Wraith King moves on in. Comes back for a second life, but might be coming back for a second death as he quickly gets isolated. LC moves on in. That's all she wrote. Plus 168 damage for the Legion Commander. Banking in a huge punch, and there's your good game. That ends our first series of the day. It's Isurus who clean it out. 2-0.
did not lose as badly as Radiant.
Legion Commander's pretty strong. Looking good. I've been impressed with this play. Like, she's been able, the way they played her, able to get her some farm early. Like, they really paid attention and focused a lot on making sure that the dual ganks were effective early, and just snowballed from there. We had 3 dual victories, like within what, the first 12 minutes.
Oh yeah,